Good morning. Good morning. What's up, buddy? How we doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I muted your mic. Hold on. How about now? Can you
Restart.
talk?
Got to restart the
There
whole
we
day.
go.
I'm
There we
doing good.
go.
I
What's
got
up,
out.
buddy?
Went out for a runish walk
Good
in the
stuff. Good
darkness,
stuff.
in the slightly cool, slightly warm darkness. It was mostly stretching, some skipping. Back is still a
Okay.
little bit tight, so just trying to get that blood moving. Get this lower back middle-aged situation ironed out.
Nice. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I'm glad you did that. Good morning, MP. And good morning, Miss Savvy. How are you both doing today? Savvy, did you get the kids in school? I don't think they were Fear the Beard. I don't think they were. Hey, did you see my little subtitles? Did you catch that yesterday? I was messing
I
around with
did
that.
just see it. I can't be wearing this hat.
Ryan called us out on his first daily afternoon show. He called us the Beard and the Quaff, and I was like, all right, let's do that.
Sounds like a great band name title.
I can rock with that. Good morning, Dan. Guys, Ryan has done officially 2 days in a row on his daily afternoon show. He made his own intro screen. Guys, look, Daily Dads in the afternoon. He did it. Okay, so look, there's even a time committed, people. 4 p.m. I'm not gonna let this go all the way. 4 p.m. Eastern. So don't say anything because you'll spook him. He's like, good morning, Brian. He's like, what's something that spooks easily? It's like when your kids are doing something cute and you go to pull out your camera and they stop. So we got to be careful. Even me saying this out loud, I'm only saying this because he never comes in this early. We just have to be careful, okay?
Yeah, don't give him early acknowledgement. It will not encourage him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
check in for chapter 2 of Daily Dads every day at 4 p.m.
There is a
Brother
replay
Ryan Turner.
somewhere. There is a replay somewhere. I mean, maybe with him coming back into the fold and finding a way to do this, maybe he'll help us out with with organizing the back end and the replays and stuff. Because I tried to go on YouTube this morning to play his, or yesterday to play his episode, and it's just not at the top. Like YouTube doesn't make sense to me. It's like it's not in order, and that drives me up the wall, and that's why I get over it. So I just go into StreamYard and watch. Like I have the back end usage where I can just watch it. It's right there on the top. It's the first video. It was the last one. Done. It's easy. Good morning, Dylan.
What's up, Turner? Yeah, it is annoying. Even like when we're like setting up, when like every morning when I'm trying to set up, I also accidentally set up a second room. Then I saw that your room was made first, so you win. So I deleted my room. But even when it's like you got to set the room, you got to put in the descriptions and titles differently for each platform, and that drives me up the wall because Facebook doesn't show the title, but then everything else doesn't show a description. So it's just like a title.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you've noticed that. It's something that I like before Christmas break. I was like, I'm going to spend like half a day organizing the back end, and I didn't touch it the entire break. So
I just do it on my screen. I just do it once. Like I put the title and then I put the description, and my assumption is that it copies and pastes throughout. And I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like it's on there for every show that has a description. So YouTube,
I did.
Facebook,
Well,
Facebook.
I did go in right before I entered and change that because I did see that you put those in. So I customized
look at this guy.
Each destination.
Everybody's got to clean up my messes.
It's just annoying. It's just annoying that it's 2025 and we have to do things manually.
Yeah, for sure.
2026.
Good morning, Dr. Feelgood. That's why we need to get you guys over to the Blaze stream. Everything auto saves on your channel, and with one click, you can restream to X, Twitch, and all major platforms. Plus, no bots.
That sounds like a very bottish answer, MP.
Replays are on Twitch too. They are okay. All right. I'm not very Twitch native, but
Blaze
maybe
stream. What is it?
that's cool. All right. Well, so yeah, everybody check out the Ryan replays. It is good to see him on the camera again, even if he is still bashing me about not reading and not discussing the reading, which is what we're here for. Um, but I think he mentioned it. It like it feels good to him to be back. Like he was feeling a little what was the word he used? He was feeling a
Rusty.
little bad. What?
I said rusty. Rusty as far as like getting on. And
No, he was saying, I think he was saying guilty. Like he was feeling guilty that he like started this and then he had to go away and then he hasn't been able to come back. And when he comes back in the morning, it's just nothing. It's not that something that he can sustain. So I think like him finding this time slot right before he picks his girls up from school or one of his kids up from school, I think is giving him that like that good feeling back that he's been missing. And like he likes the show. He didn't leave for like because he didn't want to be here. Is more just a complete schedule change between him and his wife.
yeah, he did talk about that. I think he was conflicted between that and also enjoying that like it's grown legs. This is it's something
Mm.
that has gone on after him, so that's good. It didn't die when he couldn't do it. And I'm totally happy that we're able to carry this torch of dadship.
And now we're just waiting for Blaze to start up Blaze at night. Blaze at night on Blaze. We'll work on that. Uh,
My
dang.
dog keeps stealing things and chewing on it. Digging through
All
the
right, so we are at Thursday. Um, how's your week been back at school? Couple days. How's it been?
smooth sailing. It's been good. Um,
Nice. Okay.
I'm still. I talked a little bit about MP's little share out yesterday, building community first in a classroom before getting into the nuts and bolts, and that's carrying me a little bit today. Just keeping things low stakes, friendly, um, making sure that kids want to be in the room, be in the art studio, and comfortable making stuff. Yesterday, I gave them their first, so like ceramics. I love doing this at first. I give them a block of clay and I say that they can make anything. And the best way to learn about students in this particular situation is what do they do with a block of clay? Some kids start smacking around. Some kids start smashing it down on a table. Some kids stare at it and have no idea what to do with it.
Yeah.
It's a really great way to not categorize, but it's like oh, okay, this student might need some ideas. This student has ideas, but has two left hands.
Hmm.
That kind of stuff. So it's going well. And then other classes got some names to learn. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So do you have a whole new crop, like a whole new group of students in classes, or is it?
Yeah, since I'm an elective, I have students who, they sign up to be in my class, which I enjoy. So it's not like kids are forced; they're not shoehorned into electives.
Yeah.
So they mostly want to be there, despite not wanting to come to school. And I have like a there's always like a crop of like returning students that they'll just take any art class ever. So that's fun.
Okay.
Um, so
Yeah. I was
it's like
gonna ask, do you have advance like if they just go in art year after year, it's not the same class. So do you teach all the like the next classes too? Like the
you mean do I
different.
you mean do I teach it the same?
Uh, no, I'm
Or
saying like if your class is art and the elective's art, and a student signs up year one, like first semester one, and they want to keep doing art, I don't assume they're signing up for the same class over and over again, where every single, every
oh,
semester they're
I
just
get
getting a
you.
block of clay. Do you
No,
have
it's
some sort of advancement, or advanced classes or different classes, or
yeah.
is it not you? Is there another teacher?
No, this is I am the visual arts and technology department. There's also
Okay.
a robotics class, but I don't do that. So I teach
Thank you,
all those
Savvy.
classes. So like the years broke up by quarters. Each quarter has different classes. Each there's there classes repeat. So it's like quarter one and quarter four are the same classes. Quarter two and quarter three are the same classes, but I don't teach them differently. It's like, or sorry, I don't teach them the same. There's like the format's the same, but I don't teach I don't ever teach the same thing the same way. Mostly
Hmm.
because I get bored with it unless I really, really enjoy it. So like, yeah, sixth grade, little more beginning. Seventh grade is intermediate. Eighth grade, so where I kind of push them a bit. Um,
But if like someone, but like if an eighth grader, like if an eighth grader didn't take art in sixth and seventh grade,
oh yeah, they can still
it
jump in.
are they jumping into an advanced art class at eighth grade? And
They can,
okay,
yeah. But it's like, I mean, I've had like really awesome advanced sixth graders who they make stuff all the time,
yeah,
and then I have eighth graders who their first time in my room is in eighth grade, and a little more scaffolding, getting them,
hmm,
maybe, the argument always is like, yeah, I can only draw stick figures. And I'm like, okay, we'll start with 6 stick figures. And we'll make really
hmm.
awesome stick figures.
Let's go.
And then build from there. So
That's
yeah,
my
good
jam.
start. A little bit of gratitude today. Kristen,
Do it.
in fact, did save our lives and our house yesterday. Um,
Yay! Good job, Kristen. The nose knows.
Yeah, we had a guy come last night to check the furnace, and the I don't know the part names of the parts, but basically the blower motor. He was really
Okay.
cool. He was like, I showed him the space, and I was like, "You need time? You don't need me to leave?" He's like, "No, stick around and watch." So it was great. So like I stuck around, got to see the inside of a furnace. Taken off the panels
Yeah.
before, but it's like there's so many like electrical hazard stickers. I'm like, well, seems if I touch this, I'm gonna die. So I don't touch any wire. But then you watch a professional do it, and things are still plugged in, and he's like, he's unplugging things, screwing
Oh
things.
yeah.
It was really, just a really cool reminder about the people who, this is what they specialize in, and they know ins and outs. And if for those of you who have seen a blower motor of a furnace, somehow a piece of like polyurethane, this really long stringy, it almost looks like a really long dried string of glue, got
Okay.
bound around the fan part.
Mm.
So he showed it to me. He started pulling it out. Uh, he gave it to me because like I started like using and I think I ended up using like a some kind of tiny brush to like jam it in there and get rid of it, in case I break it. It's up to me. But and it came out. Now it works, and we have heat.
Okay.
So yeah, we're alive. Thanks, wife.
Good job, Kristen. Yeah, I mean, look, it's one of those things where, you know, it's hard to say, but like as big as houses are getting nowadays, like you kind of gotta do like a monthly walkthrough, and check the different parts of your home. Bring your wife with you because she's got the nose that maybe you don't, yeah, smell. Bring a second set of eyes. Just get a little curious about what's going on. You never know. I mean, things move, things shift, things change. We had a fuse blowout in our pool heater last week. And I think it was due to the rain and me trying to use the unit in the rain, because what's better than going in a jacuzzi in the rain? The answer is going into a jacuzzi in the snow. But I didn't have snow. I had rain. Um, and the guy was when the guy came and fixed it, he said it was he thought it was rats because there was like a little nesting and droppings inside the heater, which we've had before. I don't think we've ever not had rats in that heater because when it's used, it gets really warm. So the theory is once I turn the heater off and go to bed, they go, "Oh, he just warmed up our house. We're gonna go back inside there." And I can't stop that. There's chicken wire, poisons, traps, deterrents, and stuff like that. But those things are gonna get where those things are gonna get.
Yeah,
That just speaks
especially
to new homeowners. Yeah, something like that, dude.
I think that's a great point. It seems simple. We're in a new house, so it's like it's so easy to just assume that everything is going to work well. But if you take a walk through a few years after, it's like, we moved in. We weren't looking for a new build. We're actually kind of anti new build. And
Mm,
for one of our first experiences was like the blue tape walkthrough, where it's like you just get to put tape on anything that you want adjusted. I'm assuming you know what that is. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The amount of things that we've missed now being in here for 3 years, it's like if you happen to, like, any of you who like have not done that yet, if you ever buy a house and you get to do that walkthrough, like with the stickers, bring somebody with you that has done it before. I really wish that we had done that. Um, and like it's like the really, really small things that you would never think of that,
Yeah.
like, if you're in it, like our last house was a house, like we were there for 7 years and I was working on the house for 7 years. I knew every beam in that house. Um,
Okay.
because I touched everything. I did most of the walls, didn't do electrical, didn't want to die. But like, it was all by YouTube, which was, that was a great experience. Would I do it again? Not really. But things like loose molding around corners of cabinets, those things,
Mm,
they're not nailed down. Um, Nails that will start popping up beneath laminate, things
okay.
that you would
Yep.
never think would be a problem. So welcome to this old house version of Daily Dads this morning. Bring somebody.
Uh, yeah. Yeah. Bring somebody with you. Make it a party. Or yeah. Or you could just live in a 900 square foot home, and it's way easier. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, it's not a bad perspective on the situation. I have not, Dylan. But yeah, in reality, you could just tape. You could just tape and tape and you could go. You can walk into and through a house 14 times. I mean, in reality, the whole first year of your life in the house, you're going to see you could see a new problem every single day. Like I have clients tell me all the time, they're like, I'm very thorough and I got everything. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm back and they're like, oh, hey, I just noticed this new thing. And I'm like, cool. It's not surprising to me. I try to make people wait as long as possible for that. It seems like I'm blowing them off. It seems like I just want to get out of there. Like, and part of me does. Like I just dealt with a lot to get this house move in ready for you and done. But in reality, what it is I need them to get out of that anxious state. I need them to move in. I need them to live. I need them to relax. I need them to enjoy their house. Um, and then at the more that they are in it, the more that they are using it, the more that they will see and add to the list. And then I can come back with a more complete list to attack and fix, rather than coming back in the first month and fixing 20 things and then all of a sudden 3 months later there's 10 more things. It's not efficient. So that's kind of more of my speech, like Dan was saying, that I give to my new clients is like, just be patient. Like I'm not going anywhere. I was still work in the area. I still work, I'm down the street and whatever. If it's an emergency, like if something's really like leaking or falling apart, like you can't use it, just let me know and I'll come right away. But as far as the little stuff, live with it. I wouldn't put blue tape on it like right away because it no one wants to walk around their house for months with blue tape on the wall.
Yeah.
So
Um,
it's a delicate dance for sure.
yeah.
There'll never be a time where everything in your house is completely fixed. Amen, brother. Amen, but like in your life is completely fixed, in your personal care, in your clip it, in your
Clip that.
relationships,
Does
in
that
your
work? That's
parenting, like nothing will ever be completely fixed.
yeah.
Hey, Ryan's here. Should we talk about the reading?
Crap, Ryan. Okay. January 8th. Actually,
Oh, I'm
don't.
gonna get slammed in the afternoon show if it happens. I don't know. Does he even do an afternoon show? Who knows?
Man, we're already 22 minutes in. Man, this flies by. Um, this reading was kind of like a heavy turn this after the past few days, I think.
Yeah.
I went on a walkish run this morning, kind of thinking about it. Today's topic is about sticking to values when it's inconvenient, which is a challenge sometimes for me. And this is what I mean by that. We all have like easy values, right? It's like, family comes first, or, assume the best from people, values that may cause you to make the least waves possible. And I woke up this morning, not my best performance, sat on the couch and like doom scrolled for 45 minutes. And I'm not going to go on a political rant, but you get a lot of garbage, a lot of stuff that you have to sift through. It's really hard to discern what's going on and what's real and what's fake. And you'll probably be somewhat affected by whatever it is, whatever's happened. Like there's like an ice shooting yesterday, and already there's like 15 different storylines on what actually happened. It's really hard to pay attention to what happens. And without sticking to just politics, the thought that I had is like, what are my core values that I will stick to and possibly lose things with? Like what's your line in the sand? And I actually had a really hard time putting that into words. It's like, what are the things that, or have I ever been in a situation where I've had to let go of one thing for the good of something else? And if you're like me, you're probably in a community where you're with like-minded people. There's not a whole lot of conflict. Dom, you had to, you might have grown up, with not a whole lot of, I don't know what words to use, but like we had different childhoods. You had a lot of kind of family challenges.
Mhm.
I had less. And you probably more than I had, probably based on like what we've talked about, is you've probably had to stand up for yourself more than I've had to. Is that a correct statement?
Um, I don't know. I'm thinking about what you're talking about, and I'm trying to relay it to my life. And I you'd think so, but I think part of the way that I was raised, the way that I grew up, the person that I am, the person that I've become, it's actually more the opposite. Like I don't, I don't take a stance. I just let things happen. I am very optimistic in the sense that things work out or they don't. It's a challenge. If something happens that's challenging, it's meant for me, or it's a learning lesson. It's an opportunity for growth. Like this is a lot of stuff that I didn't really know growing up, but I'm as I'm reading and as I'm learning these things, and I'm people are sharing these perspectives. Like it makes, like I look back and it makes sense. Like I'm not a person that stands up. I'm not a person who has dug my heels in and said like these are my values and like I'm an unmovable object and I'll argue you, till I'm blue in the face, on whether or not ketchup should exist or mountain time. Um, but so I'm trying to like sit here and think of like what are my non-negotiables? Like what are like I don't think there are many. Like other than like I don't I don't get political like whatsoever. I I couldn't tell you anything about the political landscape, and I keep myself out of that. It doesn't seem like something. It doesn't seem like anything that's fun and enjoyable. And honestly, I just don't think my brain can fathom that. It's kind of like sports for me too. Like sports are the same thing. Like when I talk to friends or when I sit in a room and people are talking about sports, I think to myself, how do these people retain all this information and still go about all their normal duties of life? Because I think I struggle going through just my normal duties of life and knowing nothing about sports and politics. So if I were to add one of those in, like what's leaving my brain? Like I kind of think of that. Like, and I know there's some theory that like the more you use your brain, the more it can handle. So maybe that's my problem. But
No, I am like you. I am very much, come and go, water goes under the bridge. Um, my point is that like there's been very few times in my life where I've been morally challenged. And most of that discourse and most of those things that go against what I feel like I stand for happens on a little screen. It's
hmm,
never in person. It's never, face to face with somebody. Um, and I think that's where a lot of people get a lot of that anxiety. And I'm not advocating for like keeping my head in the sand. I think it's important to stay on top, not on top, like be aware of what's going on. Because like as a public school teacher, yeah, I've had the pitchforks out for me for no reason whatsoever. Um, Purely based on what people see on screens. It's never what they see in person. And I've never had to have that discourse in person. But I've
yeah,
had many of those imaginary discussions with imaginary people that have imaginary opinions that probably exist far less than what we're told through these little screens. But it was a good question about what my values are. And over the break, I did a little experiment with a personal standard operating procedure. I
okay,
was, it was, I'll be totally upfront. I used ChatGPT and I was like, based on all my conversations, what would be my personal standard operating procedure? And I found this, I think it was like a Reddit thread where somebody did this. So I did the same thing and it did a good job of like putting into words what I generally feel like my life or my
mm,
values or my habits should be. And it did give me a better way of like just kind of defining the core values and where they're challenged. So it's much less about like what I just talked about, and it's more about like the things that you sacrifice for your family. So for example, um, like I've in the past few years since we've been doing this, I've prioritized mindfully my family time, and that's a good, possibly easy.
oops,
oh, it's possibly like a low level. It's not a challenged uh, value, but it's like when you're prioritizing family, what are you cutting out? You're cutting out possibly career advancement, or you're possibly uh, cutting off your personal time that sometimes you might think that is more important. Or when you put time or save time for yourself, what do I'm cutting off my availability for my kids and my wife.
Yeah.
So those are
Yep.
the things. It's kind of like a little daily chess game where it's like you're prioritizing how you conduct yourself. It's not, you're not, just like a house is never going to be 100% perfect. Yourself, me, you're not going to be 100% all the times. Not all departments are going to be running at a 100% capacity all the time. There's a give and take,
Yes.
So
It's a balance.
yeah, it was a really good question this morning. I appreciate this page.
Good.
Kind of where
It's awesome.
Ryan had to figure out, he had to sacrifice the morning and the thing that he started to spend more time with family, and he did it. And
Even though he's perfect
he
as a
found
middle child.
his afternoon slot when everybody's at work.
Yeah. Yep. I know. If he's on today, I might be able to squeeze in there. Clip it. Dom said it.
Where these when we say clip that, where do they show up?
So after we close the show, there's a pop-up that says, and I've been clicking it lately, but it says use the AI to generate clips for you. So I've been clicking it. So then I'll get an email half an hour later that says your clips are ready. And so it hasn't been that like I've looked at them in the past and they weren't that great. Maybe the AI is better now, but if you
I like
say the
yeah.
phrase clip it, then that will
show up later.
help.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Dom, any last thoughts on that? I gotta jump off in a few moments.
No, I'm good. I'm good. We got tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I did invite David. He reached out to me and texted me, so I'll reach out to him again. But we might have David on with us tomorrow. Anyone else, if you ever want to come on, just shoot me a DM or text me. If you don't have my phone number, there's a reason for that. Um, I'm just kidding, dude. I love you all. But thank you for coming by, stopping by, hanging out with us. I'm excited that tomorrow's Friday because I don't have to be here at work. I can be with my family. I heard Dom is going to do 50 push-ups today. Sure, let's do that. Always, man. I'll do them if you do them. Can we just jump on a FaceTime together and we'll do them? We'll do them a little later today together, buddy.
I'll do 50 push-ups in a row.
Who wants to join our Facebook push-up club today? We'll do them while Ryan's on live. I'm just kidding. I'll be in the car while that's happening. But yeah,
Yeah, but you
everybody.
can do push-ups in a Tesla in the back seat.
In theory, but no. They're very much the AI of the car is very much keep your eyes forward and on the road, not be in the back seat doing push-ups.
Dylan's invited to the Tesla backseat push-up contest.
Oh man. But thank you guys. Well, we'll see we'll see y'all tomorrow.
See everybody. Have a great day.
Well, I'm not ready yet. There we go. Got it. Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
Great day. Music. Love you. Bye.